We're gonna skate to one song only.
So I ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. First niggas gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know that don't shit phase. The next could go 0 for 82 when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even supposed to be here. Ball so hard since we here.
Hey, guess who it is? It's that Mark boy coming in with the biz. This business is some skill shit. We're going up to 200, guys. We're all the way up to 200, and that's an amazing thing for us. I'm glad that's happening for us. Let me grab my phone over here on the table. I'll reach over there. I'm glad we're moving up in the world. Having 200 skill points basically allows you to do everything you need to do in the game. It uncaps all your vocation builds, essentially. And then it also unlocks this cool little feature where the last 50 points of your skill tree can be altered for different kinds of builds, different focuses on different moves. Yeah. So for our first quest, we'll do some sexy slime shit. That'll make sense soon. And then for our second quest, we'll do a very hard boss, which I will explain a little bit of the ramifications behind beating his ass, which is pretty fun. This is going to be our first real challenge of the run here, so I hope you guys are ready to be amazed about my amazing gaming skills. So today we're going to be talking about love, because we love everything. We love to level up, though, mostly. I like to think of myself as being love and not giving love, because that way I don't feel, guilty or responsible for anyone else's general emotions, because, I am love. I'm just hanging out. I'm just rolling through. You can see it how you want to see it, or you can be a hater, and that's up to you. But the main point of today's lessons, stories, tales, podcast episode is that love isn't what you think it is. It isn't what you think it is. And for the most part, love is not validation. It's not. Love isn't validation, and it's different it's usually different for men and women. But once you understand that it's all a game, it's calculated. It's just like this RPG, There are ramifications and there are systems that everybody's got to work around and work through. It's one of those emotions that's deeper than just happiness or sadness, where you can just sort of activate it, because it takes two to tango. But the game that we both play, the altered system is calculated. And I'm not saying all women do this. Of course, there's nuance to every singular person. But by instinct, women play the meta. They have to. And it's automatic. Like, they don't even try to, to be the best at this love game. But by instinct, they're already playing. And, we're all gamers here, so I don't have to explain meta to you guys, like what gets you the highest efficiency with the lowest skill level, right? So girls are always going to do that. They're always going to do that. But guys, for some reason, we think love is like this sacred, pure, fair is fair thing, like a sort of capitalistic mindset, an unloved currency, to where everybody's got to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and make their own love happen. You got to work for your love, but it's really not how it works, right? When you are with someone and you feel like they are your everything, And this is gonna sound super pessimistic and like I hate love and I never want to be with anyone ever, but that's not true. It's just a phase in my life. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't have toxic views of women that need to be changed. But this is just a phase of life, and I'm totally leaning into it right now, of course. But I'm not opposed to the fact that it could change. The reason I am like this is because I have changed my mind to be like this. Also, here's a slime sex. It's very cute. I intentionally did this on Lloyd so that we didn't start molesting child characters, because I do have Persea with me on my other file. I think actually when I was doing this quest, I was in the Chrono Trigger segment. Because, spoiler alert, well, this guy's really in spoiler alert, but I already did this on my other file, on my Deathmaster file. Because I probably wouldn't have been able... No, I would have, but, you know, I just wanted to get a little bit farther ahead. And this one make my job easier for not only this quest here, but just for everything in version 2. While I record it. So I already did this one. And I believe I was actually like Alia, the Alia cosplay. The Chrono Trigger when I was doing this. But yeah. I got really off track. I got really sidetracked during that point. But let me get back to what I was saying. When we are in love with someone, you have to remember that you are not being loved. You are being handled. You are being sort of directed, controlled, because that is another part of love. Whoever needs less controls more. And remember what I said about playing the meta? Women will always act like they need less. And this used to be okay because acting like you needed less in the past. I mean, you actually did need it. You know, you could act all you want, but you actually did need it. Nowadays, we really don't need anybody, like men or women. You know, women-wise, they can get attention as currency from anyone automatically and just feel good about themselves. You know, plenty of ways to make money. I'm not going to get into that, but you know, being sort of individualistic mindset. They can really give off this feeling that they don't like you, want you, need you to have you there at all. And then, you know, that just gives them all the control because you're there because you want to be there. They are there because you want to be there. See, whoever really doesn't care as much is always going to have more control. And it's going to feel very awkward if you relinquish into this state, because women are always going to control the inner and men are always going to master the outer. So if you imagine this control dynamic where, you know, we're all trying to release as much and act like we don't need what we need, that's gonna, like, honestly, for me, that fucks up my mental a lot. On the inner, because they master that. So they master essentially the mind games of thinking that you are never on their mind. You know? And these are weird tactics that I feel like are used by both genders today. But this is just a natural way of attraction. That's how we get attracted to people, by sort of casting spells and, you know, the art of subtle manipulation, subtle mental manipulation. But it's all neurosis, I say. You know, we really aren't inherently interesting people. Like me, I'm actually a boring as fuck person. It's just you, my dear viewer, on the other side listening to me that gave me all of the energy I need. Like you're sustaining me right now. You're spirit bombing me. Put my hands up. You're spirit bombing me. And you know, it's about that leverage. You know, you give someone a big enough spirit bomb, and they can change your whole world. They can explode the whole Saiyan universe. You know, but at the same time, If you don't think about them at all and they're just holding their hands up and waiting for the spirit bomb, that's going to confuse them too. And it's all inner. It's all inner. But at the same time, guys, it's not that deep. Like, life is a stage where we all perform, you know, we all like do little dances to show how much we're worth it and how great we are and how amazing our lives are. But it's just a stage. And you have to realize a lot of people have high levels of intuition, and that's not to fight people with. Intuition is for survival. So when someone is avoiding you, or, you know, it's distancing themselves from you, whatever it may be, just know it's to sustain their own life. They are not actively attacking you, especially if it's someone you love or endeavor to love. You know, you have feelings for. And I have to remind myself of this a lot. Like we're not perfect beings, so some things we do may come off as evil. You know, some good things we do, we think we're doing, will be evil. You know, it's just the way of the world, because nothing's really, you know, solidly stated today. We have to search very, very deep for the true information. But rising to the top are all the lies, all the bullshit, all the muck, all the slop content. Not like this. I do make slop. I'm not gonna lie, I do make slop. This is not one of them. I do like to make these good videos where we look at naked men. I do love this cutscene, though. This is a great cutscene. So you have to remember, love, just like attention, just like confidence, just like self-worth, just like self-awareness, is a currency. It is a currency. It has a crazy exchange rate for other currencies. But nowadays, it's sold as mutual leverage. And motherfuckers never ever want to validate your version of love that you want to give as the overblown, you know, inflation that it has gone to. Because I feel like just the love that men give, very undervalued. Love and attention from guys. Honestly, some people actively think it's disgusting. Like, they don't want us to show that. Because a lot of guys show love in different ways, but if it's not like buying you something, monetarily giving you something, like love and male attention is just gotten so easily now. You know, it's like we don't hold that to ourselves, and I don't know what to blame it on really in society. I know what I like to blame mine on. I just blame it on the corn. But, you know, it is truly helping me. You know, my overconsumption of the goon diet has brought me to where I am today. And I feel like I just level it off, hold it in one place, you know. So that's the best I can do. It looks like it is actually the... No, wait. I have to unlock them. So let's do the next quest here. Right now we've gotten up to, I think, 70 or 80 or something. And in this next quest, we're going to get the last couple of ones. Yes. I think it's the last 2 or 3 moves in our list. This will take a few tries. Like I said, this boss is hard. So we're going to take a little pause from my talking subject of love and talk about what I love to do, is beat some shit out of people. I forget what this guy's name is, but he's a Hydra. He's a Dragon Hydra. We're switching to Paladin. And I'm gonna use the spear. I'm actually gonna get some new equipment when I actually beat him. But for this just first run here, I'm gonna do like a test spear. And the reason why I'm switching to Paladin is because you really want to have all recovery or tank characters in this fight. Kind of like the level up boss in that sense, but for different reasons. This one, it's just one guy, but what he does is he'll I forget what the name of this buff is, but it makes you gain tension whenever you get hit. And tension is just going to make you do more damage with the next hit. So he's going to be gaining tension every time he takes damage. And then he also has a lot of multi-hit moves. And because of that, it's very hard to survive here on strong boss mode. Because his damage is just really high. It can one-shot you a lot. So Paladin has the invincibility special. And then I have my Deathmaster, my Druid, and my Heal Slime here. This is kind of my bossing strat. I believe later on, I'm going to get Deathmaster on Lloyd over here. And I'll show you the unlock quest too, so we can get a full, well-rounded party here. And I can get a different, like, fighting class on KU, on our starter here. But yeah, the general strategy here, I just kind of stay away from him. Here's the little feel the burn spot. So once he stands in that, if he gets hit in the little box, he's going to gain some tension back. So I try to focus on single hit moves. Not that one. That's the multi-hit move. Single hit moves, some AoE too. And then I just kind of like do my defensive Paladin Palisade there a couple times, and I kind of try to stay out of his way. He has a second phase when he gets down to pinch health where he won't summon one of those things in the background, the flat little feel the burn area. He'll summon 3 of them in like a ring around the area. Well, that's basically his entire strategy. The fireballs are very annoying because if you are in the proximity of where he's shooting, like if you're close to your party members, they will lock onto you too, and they can just wipe your party. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. So we'll have some fun fighting this boss here for the rest of the episode, and I'll get back to the topics. Yeah, Modern Love is weird. Modern Love is weird is all I want to say, because of the internet, it makes things not more complicated, but more mentally taxing. You know, and for no reason. You know, it's so easy for us to crash out, but a lot of times, guys, so many things can be solved by just putting your fucking phone down and being like, I'm not going to text her. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to block her. And I'm going to move on with my life. You know, like, because sometimes, for me, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but what works for me, being a paranoid INTJ, if I don't want to talk to someone and I don't want them to talk to me, I'll fucking block you. Like what would I need to talk? Like, if I don't have a plan for the future to talk to you ever again, I want to rule out that like random possibility that something crazy happened, like I've come into $1 million and then I want to hit up this guy to tell him how great it is, or to tell him I'm going to rope him in on a deal. Like, that just sounds like stress I do not fucking need. I do not fucking need. And honestly, the only thing I want to be hit up nowadays for is money. I don't want to be hit up by like some old girl that I used to know. It's like, DeMarcus, now I love you. That sounds fucking terrible, man. That sounds fucking awful. So oftentimes, and I've been finding a lot of catharsis in this, whenever I'm feeling the anxiety and then the ridden holding on to me, you know, I'll just go through my contacts list, clear out some stuff. You know, it's like spring cleaning, really. You know, clear out some people I don't want to talk to, go on YouTube, unsubscribe from some channels that I hate. You know, it just feels good. You know, it's like blocking ads. You know, it just feels good. But back to the general order of love here. Modern Love has our roles changed, or our actors have changed. The roles are still the same. Like to sustain a nice, beautiful, loving relationship, a partnership, you know, party member, like, it hasn't really switched. You know, they just updated the game. They added new meta, and now the ways to adapt to the meta just seem unfair, along with the world. Like, I feel like if we could just have enough money to live and have fun, the whole dating thing wouldn't be as big of a problem. But it's all really connected, because I can't go out and just like like spend time with a girl in a third space, because for me specifically, I get tired of people very easily. So I'm gonna need to know you for like 2 years before I'm cool with like knowing you for the rest of my life, essentially, or dealing with you for the rest of my life, you know? Yeah, so 2 years at least. And you watched a couple of my other episodes, you know, my take on physical expression. So when you take stuff like that off the table, and you take stuff like money off the table, it's hard for me to just like find friends in general, because people don't go outside. If I go outside to like my neighborhood, I'm gonna find a bunch of old people, you know, and that makes a lot of people feel angry. A lot of people feel like powerless, because like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I can't like socialize except for the people I've known since high school. And powerless society is only gonna push us to the edge. And whatever way you want to look at it, the only power, the main power of the feminine is the power of the relationship. They are the glue that connects the world together. And right now they are in a deficit. And we're not going to talk about whose fault it is, you know, like whoever's fault it is whoever's fucking fault it is, you know, men or women. That's like that's so fucking annoying to me about this whole topic too. You know, about the gender war, like it's women's fault because they keep picking wrong. It's guys' fault because they set up the patriarchy and the capital. Like, who fucking cares, guys? We just need to fix it. We just need to fix it. It's up to both of us to fix it. And I think you just gotta focus. I think the attention is where it all comes back to. Because if we all just focused on one goal, you know, one point, instead of being constantly distracted and scrolling and trolling on Reddit and shit, we can make it to somewhere. We can make it to somewhere. Now, I don't know where. I don't know fucking where, man. Yeah, that's out of my that's out of my education range. But we will make it to somewhere, because I feel like we have some wise fucking minds in Gen Z. You guys are wise because you figured out this whole wage trap way before millennials did. I know a lot of people in my generation are still stuck, and we're still like, I have to pay this minimum wage job, or I have to work this stupid office gig, and Gen Z is just like, no, we're done with this shit. Like, we see where this is going, and unless we take a stand to make a change, you know, like, it's just like nothing changes. So, you know, I admire it, honestly, not working. And I wish I could myself. It's just I feel more comfortable doing things, which is why I've started things like this, and I like making content as well, because it's just like when I'm producing things, I feel better about myself. I would recommend, if you want to do a life like this, if you want to try a style like this to earn money through it, make sure you're doing it because it's fun, and not to earn money. And I made sure I was doing that because I just made videos, I just played video games, I just chilled out and made music for about 2 years. Didn't upload it, didn't do anything. I just got good at the shit, made a lot of shitty videos. And yeah, now that I'm semi-confident, I started this playthrough. And I'm generally just happy doing my thing. Yeah, see, as you can see here, he's gone into his second pinch phase. He's got the whole half circle there. Yeah, you have to be happy just doing it for years without the money, and, you know, just wait for it to come. And, like, who really cares if it ever comes, honestly? I'm just having fun teaching myself about things, you know, helping people learn about things. I also enjoy making the slop content and producing some mashups. Like, it's just fun to me. And we have to accept that it could just be a phase or whatever. I mean, that's if you want to be a real artist. The thing is, a lot of people really don't care about art anymore. That's another horrible modern trapping. I feel like love and art really have come, you know, just out of popularity nowadays. Yeah, it looks like we're done. This round. I don't think Healy's going to be able to bring us back from this one, but We did get pretty far. If you guys couldn't tell, I was running with a very low level spear just now. So if I would have won, that would have been pretty impressive. But I believe the run where I actually beat him, we got some like level 99 armor, level 100 armor, or something like that. Upgrade ourselves. This is the little level 99 spear now, and we upgraded our armor too. Let me see if I show you guys it here. Life can hit you like a truck. Truly, truly. And that's what I like to treat these crazy moments of high emotion, because they do come in seasons. I don't know if you guys ever noticed about your life, but you'll have this one season where it's just like, I feel nothing. And it's like, whatever, what's going on? And you'll have this one season where you're just high emotion, whether it's anxiety, whether it's stress, love, fear. Yeah, these high tension stress situations, but I always come out of the other side feeling like better about it. You always feel like the moments compound upon each other. And this is when love can come in and actually help you. Because if you go back to the title of this, not being validation, you can put that self-love towards your own emotions, towards giving yourself space to feel, to hold accountability with yourself. But the reason why we say it's not validation is because it's like the whole attention thing. You can't just look for love in things to look for the act of love in things. It's like trying to create your own happiness. It's just not something you create, it's something you embody. We don't get validation from love. Love, it validates your actions. You're validating things with the love. So it wouldn't be love is validation. It'd be validation is love. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are on a different wavelength. When it comes to caring in general. People think you don't have to care to be with someone, which is true, but shouldn't be possible. Like we have these chosen relationships for a reason. Yeah, we have these chosen relationships for a reason. I understand with family you have to. But it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be by yourself and understand that the person you're courting, you're around, you're with is just not that interested in you. A lot of people can't take a step back or just listen to themselves, because I'm telling you, your intuition will tell you so many things. Just listen to yourself. You know what's happening in your heart of hearts. You know what's happening. And make a big decision of whether you want to stay smaller than whoever's trying to shrink you, or you want to blossom and grow into your own creature. Because sometimes that's just not what you want. Maybe I just want to be a tiny little speck in this person's wide aroma, which is why I can't really get on to all these people, because sometimes you want to be a slave. I don't think slavery is in general a bad thing. People choose to be slaves. I think we all have to choose in general one slave or one god to subject ourselves to. But yeah, there are some buzzwords in the modern day like slavery and Nazis and pedophiles that have just been demonized. And I'm like, not everything is good, yeah, but these horrible things that you're talking about, aren't necessarily bad. Like there are so many girls who are just like, you can't make rape jokes, you can't make rape jokes. And I'm like, me personally, I just think if it's funny, right? But I think the main reason is just because the modern day has made us think that rape is too real. Like that every guy is just going to eventually break and rape their girlfriend. Because the truth is, every guy does have a breaking point, right? But the other truth is that every girl has the ability to not take them there. No one has to drive them to that point. We don't have to and girls aren't being taught how to not, fucking drive these guys over the edge. You're just being taught, push him, make him work harder, make him do this, he'll do everything and he should never have anything bad to say about you or have any back talk, That's what we're being taught. That's what we're being taught. And you get any backlash or anything, just break up with him and move on to the next guy, because there's fucking 8,000 in the world. And then guys get that same advice, move on to the next girl. But it's really hard. It's really hard because for guys, we really have this like crab in a bucket mentality where it's like, I'm stuck here. You have to stay stuck with me, and I'm going to make sure you stay stuck with me. So they start doing nefarious shit, but it's not really because they want to hurt the girl. It's because they don't want to be hurt, or they are too scared of being out here alone, which is so sad. Like I'm disgusted by the media portraying America and all these other countries as horrible, unsafe places, when in reality, it's the people like you and me making them the amazing safe places that they are. From just being decent human beings. But it's very boring news. It's very boring news to get online and say, like, this person was a decent human being today. They went to the store, bought groceries, and came home. Nobody wants to hear about it. People want to hear about the war in Gaza and the crazy explosions and shit. You want to hear about how I killed this flame hydra. Which I get, I understand, I like watching it too. I don't really know. Because there are a lot of things that I just automatically do that I just can't stop doing, that I'm like, do I really like doing this? Do I really, just with my whole heart, with my whole chest? I love doing it, and if I wasn't already doing it for years, I would still, if this was my first day, if this is my first time ever doing this, I like to do this exercise sometimes. If this is my first time ever doing this, would it still feel right? Because there are some things like doom scrolling and watching horrible news and all this bullshit that I'm just like, I really don't need. And once I'm done with it, I'm just like, well, that was something I didn't need, and I'm like, well. So you gotta think, if I didn't have this history, if I wasn't already predisposed to waste my life, would I waste my life? I don't know. That's something we gotta think about. And I'm not saying like, oh, I was born in the wrong generation type bullshit. But I really do think we are we are all reincarnated. I'm getting my spirit here a little bit at the end of this love talk. The reincarnation theory is that in a past life, you were something or someone else, and then in your next life you will transform, alter into other things. And the reason why I believe this, you probably know a couple people like this, but I know quite a few people who just walk around with this air like they have so many sins crawling on their back. And it's like, I don't even think you've really done anything, but you're so angry all the time. You're so vindictive. You've got like this thing to prove, like, and if you talk to them really and you hear their story, you're just like, so much victim complex and so much like just anguish from bad things happening to them. I'm like, this doesn't feel like you. This feels like you're paying for something that you didn't even do. And sometimes it can be the parents that raise them like this to just have a victim mindset. But I think most times it's something even deeper than that. Yeah, it's like a connection to like some fucked up guy, I feel like I've met plenty of Hitler's ancestors. Or something like that. Hey, we got him. So that's the end of that one. But yeah, man, reincarnation is some real shit. Some real shit. Look into it. I'm a spiritual miracle. So that's It's my thoughts on that one. We're about done here, so I will ask you to subscribe. Get your soup. Subscribe to it. Subscribula. Scribula. And if you liked that horrible string of words I said together, the brain rot, gotta have like at least 30 seconds of brain rot per video. That's what keeps people going. Drop that like if you liked it. Next time. Oh yeah, there's an event going on. There's the water. I forget what it's called. The submerged. I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called. Well, anyways, it's a summer event. We do water things. We're wet. I'm wet. Are you wet? I'm sorry, that was a bad question to ask. I mean, we are talking about love here. So, guys, if you're ever in the bedroom, wrong question to ask is if she's wet. You know, you just go in. You just, you know, head first. You dive. You put on the helmet, and you're like, I'm submerging. Okay. Let me stop being retarded. Don't worry, guys. I'll stop being retarded. Year 2027. Making a promise right now. 2027, all retardation will be gone. Gotta level up. I'm 100. Level up. We have 200 skill points, which is fucking amazing. And now that we're stronger, we're able to make the world our bitch. And that's pretty fucking amazing. So yeah, like I said, guys, enjoy. Subscribe. I don't know why I spelled that wrong, but it's funny. It's funny, isn't it? Yes. Lloyd thinks it's funny. Bitch. Laugh at the subscribe. Laugh at the Scrooge. Don't be a Scrooge. Drop a like. I will see you next time.